Hopefully you are as well prepared as I am for today's project. As you can see, I have this little chocolate here, and I guess I will need this for today's project. Today I have to create the starter of the last menu in my blind date journal. The Blind Date Journal project is a design team project for 49 Dragonflies, and it's a collaboration with Susanne from Bollenhut Art. My name is Luisa Heinzel. Welcome to my channel Junk Journal Art, and welcome to the next adventure in my journal here. So as I said, today I have to create the next starter, and that's at the same time the last starter, because it's the last menu that we both are creating in our journals. So if you want to know what Susanne has created in her journal, then of course you can check out her video that she has uploaded today. The link is down below in the description box. It's a German video, but I guess you can follow what she is doing just by watching it if you don't understand German. So she has written this menu here, and I have to fulfill that in my journal now. And for the starter, she wants me to create a lamp lettuce with bacon and Kracherle. And perhaps you have seen my last video, and I've struggled a little bit with this word Kracherle. I don't know the English translation for that. In Austria, we would say crouton. I guess it's a similar word in English. It's some kind of, roasted bread pieces that you put into a pan with some oil, and then when you bite it, then it's really... Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think you know what I mean. Bacon, that could be a really big challenge. And this special lettuce thing could be a challenge as well. But I have an idea how I want to symbolize those things for my menu. I have fallen in love with the new paper collection in 49 Dragonflies shop. So that are these BOHO birds. And yeah, when I saw them, I knew that I want to use them in my journal, and I have decided that I want to try to put these relatively colorful papers into my relatively neutral blind date journal. I have chosen some really neutral papers from Barbara's shop to create the other pages, or to create the base for this journal. As you can see, these are really neutral colors, but I want to challenge myself a little bit. And yeah, I knew when I saw this, I have to work with these papers immediately, otherwise I will get crazy. So I have printed these out a little bit smaller. So this is DIN A5 now, because DIN A4 would be a little bit too big for my journal. And I want to try to make something. I have to put this page away because I think that this is the bird that I want to use. I want to create a page that has some kind of a functional piece. For example, a pocket or a tuck spot or something like that. But as you can hear, I'm not totally sure about that. I'm not totally sure about what I want to do. And that's also the reason why this video is no tutorial. So if you perhaps are new to this blind date journal idea or this project, then I want to say that this is not a tutorial. This is a process video, and I'm filming my ideas and that stuff and my process nearly live. So of course I make some breaks in between when something has to dry. But what you can see in this series is my live process, and I want to share my ideas and my thoughts and my process with you. So it's no tutorial. Okay, so for this lettuce thing, I thought we could perhaps use some green stuff. Of course, lettuce is green. So I have chosen some papers. These I have got in a Happy Mail. I think nearly everything that I have here I got in a Happy Mail. And this is, I guess, really, really cool because it has not the same green color everywhere. I have some different green papers here. Some of them have this pattern. This is some silvery pattern. Some of them have this really cool embossing. I really like that. And also these tinier strips. This is with some silver here as well, and it's a little bit translucent. But I want to have my page a little bit artsy, and you know, do you know what I mean? I want to use some unusual materials as well. So that's the reason why I have taken out these 3 postcards, because they have green in them. Some, you know, creatures here. This area here could work, I guess. And here we have some grass, and that could work as well, I think. And what I also have are these strips. These are some paint samples, and these are some more, you know, not so extreme green colors. And I'm hoping that I perhaps can mute the whole thing down a little bit, because I have the problem that the colors of Barbara's paper, the colors of my green, is really vibrant, really massive, and I want to mute that down a little bit. And I also want to try to manipulate Barbara's paper a little bit to mute the colors down, so that it matches to my neutral colors in my blind date journal. That's the plan. And I'm thinking how I can get the shape of this lettuce. Okay, so here we go. I have some lettuce here. Of course, that are these leaves here from the Sizzix Thin Lids. It's this Tim Holtz die cut that is called, has that a name? I don't know, but it has this number, 665559. I will link this item down below in the description box for you, sorry, so that you can check that out in my Amazon storefront. There you can get this if you want to have that for your own stash, and if you want to make some leaves like this. I would say this was relatively successful. This looks like lettuce already. And I'm really proud of this one. Look. What about this page? Then we could also perhaps put the leaves here on the smaller page, so that they peek out a little bit and that it looks cute from the other side as well. Perhaps I will take this page as well, or even those 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. I want this bird sitting on the lettuce, so that the leaves are going around him, and that at the same time it's some kind of a tuck spot or something like that. Would be also really cute if we want to put the leaves underneath here. I guess we have to try to make some kind of a contrast. I need more contrast. These are really cool for the forest moss ink, but this is not popping out enough. I guess this has to stay some kind of green, because, yeah, lamp lettuce is green. This matches better. So let's see, what about these? Ooh. Okay, so that's way better, I guess. This is a little bit too strange. What a difference. What a difference. I'm shocked. Let's see. Let's only take those colors that are more contrast to the forest moss, like this, for example. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm done. I will glue that down so that it is a tuck spot here, and then I'm done. Of course not. Of course not. But I will change my mind, and I will not use these. I mean, I could put some coffee on top of these. And I think I will try that out to see the difference. I mean, perhaps we can use them for another part of the menu. I mean, that will look like very old lettuce. I mean, not so fresh anymore, I guess. But Susanne has not written it has to be, oh, she has not written that it has to be fresh lettuce. It can be also 5 weeks old, and then it would probably look like this. Ha ha! Then I guess I want to have this whole thing going here around this corner, and then a little bit here. So that means that approximately this triangle of the page will be my negative space. I really like to work with negative space. If you know my channel, you know that. I also want to have some texture in the background. And I thought, why not using these tiny things that are the leftovers from the leaves. I have my leaf here, and of course you have these tiny spaces here from the die cut, and this is what is left over. And I thought we could perhaps take that and create a cool texture for the background. But how? Just thinking, if I put all of this to my paper here, can I then perhaps pick that up with my brush? Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. It's a little bit like a confetti party. Next, I will try to put a really thin layer of white gesso on top of this, but really only a really thin layer, because in the meantime, when I dried this, I thought, why not trying to use some crackle paste on this weird texture here. I'm just thinking how that will look, but I guess that the crackle paste, will not cover up this strange green totally. So I will try to make a little trick here and first cover that with the white gesso so that it is not in this weird green anymore. So this is walnut stain. And this, of course, looks really intensive now, but I want to have that really dark when I later on add the crackle paste. Then everything will get white and only a bit of this color will come through. Hopefully. Hopefully it will not stay such brown. Okay. Then I feel a little bit stressed. I think I have to eat this. It's do you know this point when you think, okay, now is the time where I have to eat my chocolate? And then you think, oh, some gold foil, so perhaps we can make another collaboration with Barbara and make a prince and a princess again, as you perhaps have seen in our 5 items digital swap with Barbara and Rhonda Winstead. If not, go a few videos back on my channel, there you will find that. It was a really interesting thing. And if you know Barbara's channel, you know that she likes to eat chocolate. Attention, a joke. She likes to eat chocolate not because of the chocolate, but because she gets this gold foil to make some crowns for her paper dolls. princess and that stuff. Sorry, Barbara. So this looks totally different now, and I know why, because here I've added no water. This color here is mixed with water. Here's the oxide effect of the forest moss ink, but I guess I will spritz some coffee here instead of water. Is that dangerous? No. No. Okay. To mute that a little bit. I mean, here the bird will be, but let's see. Okay. And I don't know how you think about that. Please leave a comment what you think about the following thing. If you work in your junk journal and you have ink or some liquid stuff on your pages, and this journal is really bulky, as you can see, everything is going into this direction and into this direction, and it goes into this slot. And it will happen when I don't take a tissue paper and lift it up, that it will go to the other page here or to some other pages. Do you care about that in your junk journals, or do you find that interesting as I find it interesting? It's really, I think it's a really cool surprise when some of the ink gets to another page and this used look comes to the other page. Of course, that works. I mean, I'm a color combination girl. Do you know what I mean? I like color combinations that are really matching, smooth, and not this wild color combinations. Not those colors that are biting each other, like red and pink, for example. I would never combine that. But when a journal is in such a color palette like this is, I really enjoy those things that go to another page by accident. What do you think about that? Do you put the tissue paper here and lift that up, or do you like that? Write a comment. I would be really interested in that, how you see that. So we need to put some of that stuff here. How to manage that the writing of this book page still comes through. I think that's not possible, but we will see. Perhaps a little bit more here. What do you think? I'm not so amused. I mean, it's the effect that I've wanted. I can see and feel those die-cut pieces really, really well. But this is too loud. It's too, you know, the eye is going to this area and not to the bird. And I've expected that the crackles of the crackle paste get way more intensive with this brown. I guess I can spritz some coffee to reactivate the ink here, to make this a little bit more calm, that it is not so much contrast in this area. The yellow, the brown, and this grayish tone from the walnut stain is really too much contrast for my eye. So, let's do that. Let's try it. Okay, so it soaks totally into this thing, into the page. The ink doesn't get reactivated. The little slots in between of the crackle paste get darker. I can already see that, but this is not what I want. Let's try to take a crayon. I'm using this Faber-Castell Gelato crayon in brown. Let's try to scribble over this a little bit. I mean, now it gets darker, of course, but a little bit more smooth, I guess. Or perhaps we can let that run a little bit to this area so that it gets a little bit darker here as well, and that here is not such a harsh line between the brown and the yellow. Or this, you know, forest mustish yellow. Is that a word? Haha. Okay, so I think now this looks way better than before. I can see the crackle effect way better than before. Also here in these areas where mainly coffee has touched the medium, it's more intensive because this liquid of the coffee goes into these little slots, and then it gets way more intensive than when it just stays on top of this paste.